Good morning, friends. I tried to set up with our little stand thing, and it's not the best, but it's also not the worst. So, good morning. We're gonna do a little bit of a quick get ready with me. I'm just touching up yesterday's blowout, and then we're gonna get started. Usually, if I have like day 2 hair, I just don't do anything with it, but I kind of just wanted to like refresh a little, you know, especially because I got my hair a little damp on accident in the shower. Lately I usually just wash my hair every day or like every other day, but I didn't have time this morning. So here we are. Good morning, Kenya. How are you? Just gonna make sure I didn't mess up here. I will have everything up in the description. This is the new turbo style, which by the way, I already sold out on TikTok once, and I don't think the stock is like that good on the website, so just FYI, if you want it, I would say go get it. Good morning, Mom. The only thing I put in my hair was a little bit of thermal magique, just in case anyone asks later on down the road, and then I can't remember. What's up? What are you guys up to today? What is happening? Was it windy where you are last night? If you're in Montana, I can pretty much guarantee that answer is yes. Where did I put the other attachment? Oh, right in front of my face. I think this is the one I need. It was so windy here last night. It was literally blowing like, no joke, straight winds of 50 miles an hour. And then the gusts were like 70 and 60. But here's the crazy thing is we were far from the worst spot in Montana for weather last night. Even with wind like that, we weren't even close to the worst. It's calm this morning, so that's exciting. Happy about that for sure. But oh my gosh, last night I was like, every time I'd start to doze off, then like a giant tree branch would hit the roof or something. And then you're like paranoid, you know, because you're like, oh my gosh. We had like one tree branch on the side of the house in the middle of the night. So Cody's like out there trying to get it off it was like hooked on the roof, but like smacking the side of the house. He's out there at like midnight trying to get it off so that it's not like smacking the house all night and, you know, damaging whatever, but it was nuts, Kenya. My goodness. I never know when I do the back, I'm like, which way is this gonna go? It takes me a second to figure it out since I'm not like on a side. Oh, the wind was horrible. I guess in northeastern Montana, they had a blizzard and worse winds than us. So, like, literally, I mean, we're from Montana. We drive in snow and stuff all the time. This was like, you legitimately could not even see the road. Like, you couldn't even see 2 feet in front of you. That's how, like, bad it was. The wind was blowing, like, I think they had straight winds of, like, 70 or something. And then, I can't remember where it was, but one place, oh, I think it was in Wyoming, actually, had recorded a gust of 144 miles an hour, which is the same as, like, a hurricane. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it was crazy. We are supposed to get quite a bit of wind here today. Oh, joy. Good morning, Jamie. How are you? Yeah, it was terrible, honestly. I was like, could not wait for it to be over, because you're just waiting for something to like get ripped off when the wind's blowing like that dang hard, you know? But all we've noticed so far, actually at our shop, the siding lifted on one side and was like folding. So yeah, that was the only thing we've seen so far. And then just a bunch of branches, but I don't know. I'm sure our roof probably does have some damage because there were some pretty big branches that smashed last night. But I was just thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm not in freaking Glasgow or something. Or wherever it was the worst. I don't know, it was over in like eastern Montana, but I'm like, geez, oh Carmony. This is bad enough. Good morning, Marla. How are you? Whoops. But I'm just glad it's over. It kind of slowed down around like midnight, and by slow down I mean it was blowing like 20 miles an hour. And then when I got up this morning, it was like completely not blowing anymore. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. So we just have to fix that siding on the one shop, and then, I don't know, we'll see how bad it is. I don't know if we'll have to do insurance or if it's just something we can fix. Usually we just kind of see, like, if it's cheaper for us just to do it ourselves than pay the deductible, then we usually do that. But if it's, like, you know, something crazy, then obviously we'll make a claim. But I think the guy that built it for us is just going to fix it, unless it's even worse this morning. I guess we'll see. Yes, we shall see. My dad's campers at my house. I was like, oh my gosh. I literally was kind of surprised maybe someone's camper did blow over. There's no way in, like, eastern Montana and stuff that someone's camper didn't blow over. Because I was thinking, please don't blow over, please don't blow over. My fence was, like, dude, I have, like, a wood fence. It was, like, shaking. I'm like, and it's kind of not in the best shape. It's definitely not the worst, like, it works. But it's definitely, you know, not the best. So I was kind of like, oh my gosh, is my fence going to be there in the morning? I didn't know, but it's still there, so that's the good news. Yeah. Oh, it's so loud. And then we have, like, tin or whatever siding. I don't know what you call it. And so, and same with our shop. And so that just makes it sound even louder when, like, anything at all happens. Which our roof isn't, like, tin. I don't know what it is, if it's tin or what, but it's like a metal siding. So it just makes it sound like so much louder than it actually is. And yeah. Anyways, we survived and nothing crazy happened. I was like getting paranoid. I'm like thinking a branch is like gonna fly through one of the kids' windows or something. Because it was, of course, like, probably, Robin. Probably. I don't really know. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Just the normal, like, metal siding that everybody has that doesn't have, like, wood siding or something. Anyways, it didn't, but I was, like, getting paranoid of that. And so it just, whatever. I know my hair looks kind of dorky. I didn't use the cool shot just because I'm in a little bit of a hurry. So I'm just letting it cool while we do our makeup, and then we'll, like, flip it and, you know, stuff like that, and touch up. Like, I think this side might need a little touch up. Touch up whatever we need to. Sometimes when I fix my hair on, like, day 2 or 3, I kind of just hate it no matter what. So I just end up putting it up or in a little half, whatever. But we'll see. Alright, let's go ahead and comb out these brows. Turn this on. But anyway, hopefully we don't have wind like that for a long time. I saw in, like, Hamilton, Montana, which is nowhere near me. It's on the western half of the state. But they had a bunch of, like, those really tall pine trees, and they were just literally, like, getting uprooted from the wind. Which, I don't know, someone said that was AI, but a news source posted it. I'm like, wouldn't a news source, like, do its due diligence? I don't think it was AI. We had a part of our fence blow out yesterday. So lucky our puppy didn't run off in the midst of it whenever she used the doggy door. Oh my gosh, no kidding, Kenya. I had a huge tree fall down, but it did 0 damage. Thank God, Shauna. I am so happy to hear that. I'm in my can't stand my hair touching me phase. Honestly, yeah. The best hairdo ever for me is a slick back bun. And not because it looks the best, because my hair is pulled so tightly out of my face, My forehead is lifted. No hair is touching me whatsoever. It just feels fresh. I need to get some more of this. I have to finish up my Christmas shopping this weekend. So I should grab some while I'm there. If I go to Walmart, I'll see if they have it. But I kind of want to go to Ulta right now. But I feel like by the time I'm there in Christmas shopping, I'm not going to want to do that. So we'll see if I actually do or if I just end up ordering it. But this is just the NYX Brow Glue. And I'm just using the shade Clear just to kind of like comb them and shape them a little bit. Our hot tub umbrella cover, Mike up at 1:30 a.m. in the morning tying it down so it wouldn't bend. Fierce wind. Oh my gosh, so it was windy there too. Yeah, we had, like I said, that siding like lifting and blowing up. So we had to like, well, not we, Cody and his friend put a bunch of screws in it to try to like get it, you know, secured back down. And then I know like some of Cody's friends, they have like an old barn that I think they use it for like bum calves and then like their chicken coops kind of off to the side of it. Anyways, it is pretty old, but it was going like 60 miles an hour out there. And they sent Cody a picture with their tractor bucket like pushed down on the roof to try to like keep it from blowing all the way off. Yeah, it was pretty intense. I'm glad it's over with. Last night, every time I thought it was like calming down, then like a huge gust would come and I'd hear more branches and I'm like, oh my gosh, this wind needs to go to hell. And I just was thinking like, the crazy thing is this is not even close to the worst in the state and it's still this horrible. I always wear a ponytail at home, easy. I do too, Marla. And actually, even at work, like, I'll fix my hair, and even on day one, which is my favorite day to fix my hair, and when I think it looks the best, I know a lot of people say their hair looks better, like, as they get some product built up in it and stuff like that. I personally like mine day one, and I think that has to do with having fine hair, because product buildup doesn't really have the same, like, that's great for, like, messy buns and braids and stuff, but it's not really great for, like, wearing your hair down hairstyles. Anyways, even on the day when it's, like, my best hair, which usually I've been washing every day or every other day anyways, but I don't always fix it, I still end up putting it in a clip or a bun before I go to lunch. We had 2 kids get hit waiting for a school bus and now are in critical condition. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Oh yeah, like my mom said, by branches or like by another car? Good morning, Wendy. How are you? That's terrible. I hope they're okay. 100% fine hair day one. I totally agree, Kathy. Like, I don't know. I do like having product buildup for, like I said, if I want to do a messy bun. Because if you have fine hair and you do a messy bun, it just kind of flops like down. And it looks messy, but not in like the big, voluminous, cute way. Just in like a kind of like actually just a mess way. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between an intentional mess and like lots of volume and like kind of just that messy look and like just being a straight up like, oh, floppy, disgusting mess. Oh my gosh, by falling trees? So they must have been like, was this yesterday? Or they must have been like loose from all the wind and stuff yesterday and then fell this morning. The wind's not blowing here, but maybe it's still blowing in other places. Which I would be so annoyed if it was still blowing. So I hope that's not the case. That's terrible. I hope they're okay. I always hated the bus, to be honest. We used to live about 2 miles out of town, and this is obviously off topic, but like, I don't know. It's just a lot of people driving don't really understand how buses work. Like, when there's stop signs out, it's because kids are crossing the street. And people think that, like, the stop sign is just they're getting on, like, where the doors open. And it's like, no, they're crossing the street, whether they're, like, coming home or not. Like, I've seen people just full go past the bus when it's got the stop sign out. And it's like, hello? You know what I mean? So I would very rarely like maybe when Zuri was a little bit older and she was with them, I would let them go down in the morning because they didn't have to cross the street in the morning to get on the bus. But I rarely had my kids walking up without me down there, because after school they were on the opposite side where they had to like cross the highway, you know? And so it just made me too paranoid. In the morning, they usually would go down and like just stand there or whatever, or if it was really cold, I'd go down with them, but in like the car, but otherwise they would be fine. But when they had to cross the street, I was like, no. People don't really know how to drive, apparently. Anyway, that's obviously not the same as like fallen branches, but it's just sad. And it's sad that like they were out in that wind, but you know, I'm sure the parents had to work or whatever the case. Kind of surprised buses even ran, but it wasn't as bad here until the evening. Like the afternoon is when it started, but it wasn't like that intense, crazy wind until the evening time. Okay, I need to get my butt moving today, or I'm gonna be late, or have to go to work with half my makeup on. Let me see. Kaya almost got, my hair won't hold any kind of updo, including a plain pony. It just falls down, then pulls up my hair down. I do not look good with flat to my hair. I was gonna say it would hold, like you could definitely get it to hold, Kathy, for sure. Like if you wanted to get, you know, some hair wax or something, but if you don't like your hair pinned down to your head, you wouldn't like that. Kaya almost got hit by a car because they couldn't see her in front of the bus about to cross the street. It was so scary. But that's kind of like the annoying thing that frustrates me with drivers is they're not supposed to go around. You know what I mean? Because it's like the stop sign is for both sides of the street, so that kids can, from both sides of the street, can get on and off the bus. So that's what kind of annoys me about it. But people don't realize that. Like, they think that all the kids on this side just get on, and then all the kids on this side just get on. And some towns do that, but, like, a lot of them don't. Even Billings, I remember being behind school buses, and kids would get out on both sides. Well, where did you get the name, Zuri? It's so unique and pretty. Thank you. My mom had my little sister Kaya, actually, the one that she just mentioned. I think she was, like, 5 or 6 when I got pregnant with Zuri. And anyways, she had it in her list of like potential names for my sister Kaya. And I think she just got it from a baby name book. Nice. Color, what is it? For foundation? We are going to try another one of those lip stains today. So I'm excited about that. That's probably all we're going to be trying today with this time. I kind of had to pick up out here a little bit. And I need to pick up a lot more. We are far, far, far from done. For sure. This is shade 109 Nude. And this is Celeste. I actually keep forgetting. I've said this is the 4th day this week because I think I've said it every single day. I gotta check to see if this is even around anymore. But if it is, it's the HD. It is a Celeste product, which I have linked. I have my website linked. HD Foundation, Golden Rose, and this is the shade 109 Nude. I feel like it's a little yellow, which I don't mind, but I just mean if you are like, oh, nude, perfect. Just in case it's not picking up that way on the camera, I want to give you guys a heads up. It is a little like yellow undertone. I have kind of a neutral undertone, which basically means, or like pretty close to neutral. I don't know if anyone's a really like true neutral, but I can actually wear yellow or pink, and they can blend out. But I do feel like, oddly enough, cool undertones usually look better on me. And it's kind of funny. I feel like a lot of us make this mistake, but we associate a cool undertone with like only being super pale. And that's just not the case. It's just like a more pinky undertone. So I feel like anyone who gets like tan at all, or even, you know, deep skin, dark skin, whatever, medium skin, a lot of times they are grabbing the olive undertone, which is more a warm, because they obviously associate olive skin tone with like tanning, but you can have darker skin and still be like a cool undertone. So FYI, if you feel like your foundation just never is quite right, it could be something as simple as that you're buying for the wrong undertone. Like the shade could be perfect, because there's basically the shade, which is like how dark or light a color is, and then you usually have that general shade. Obviously it's going to have a different name, but it's like basically the same. And neutral, cool, and warm is usually how it goes. So if you feel like your foundation just never quite looks right, I would seriously try getting like your same shade, but getting the opposite undertone. And just see what you think. Because usually as long as you get the same shade, you're still going to be able to use it. It's like, yeah, it might not be like a perfect match, but by the time you like blend it out, put all your other stuff on, you're not really going to be able to tell that much. But sometimes I feel like people do that and then they realize they've been wearing the wrong shade their whole life. So might be worth a try if anybody has that issue. I am very glad it's Thursday. I am ready for the weekend. I'm equal parts excited to finish my Christmas shopping and dreading like fighting through the Christmas crowds. I hope I'm like pleasantly surprised, but we'll see. Thursday's my Friday, so I only work Monday through Thursday. So if you're new here, I usually say this at the end, but probably no one hears it because it's like at the very end of the video. I go live Monday through Thursday, and I'm live sometime between 8 and 9 Mountain Standard Time. That's not like an exact time, but usually I'm always live by 8:30, and then the earliest I usually get on is around 8. Okay, we're going to go in with shade Almond by Ophir. But anyways, I am very lucky that I do not work on Fridays, thank the Lord. And we don't have school on Friday here either, so that's nice. Your skin looks so good. Actually, it's not doing so good right now. I'm having a breakout, like, kind of all right here, but that's okay. I tried a new skincare that actually someone sent it to me to try, and I like it as in, like, it feels really nice. Like, it feels like an expensive skincare line, but I don't know if it's, like, the best fit for my skin, but it's kind of hard when you have acne prone skin, because a lot of times it's just more hormonal than it has to do with anything skincare wise. So I'm kind of like on the fence with it for my personal skin. But yeah, I'm having like kind of a breakout down here. Okay, a little bit of golden glaze. My skin tint, I mixed two together, rye and quinoa. That's perfect. And honestly, I think that is a perfect idea to do anyways. Like, if you wanted a perfect foundation shade, the best thing you could probably do would be, like, mix a couple colors, because that's gonna probably be way closer than just any one that you would buy in the store. Like, I feel like there's really no perfect matches, to be honest. But it's just, you know, the closest you can get, and then always blending it down your neck and, like, all of that. But I feel like we put so much other stuff on our face. As long as you don't get too dark or too light, even if you were slightly too dark on foundation, if you're someone that wears concealer, like, by the time you do all of your concealer, it would probably balance out. Right now, my powder's a little bit too light, but by the time I do all my bronzer, blush, it's good enough. You know what I mean? I'm just going in with a little bronzer on the eyes, because I actually don't have a lot of time today, so we're just gonna do this. Let's melt our powders in. I've been kind of hating TikTok lately, but I'm trying to get back on my recording morning in the life vlog. So say hello, TikTok. Little behind the scenes clips. All right, let's do our lip stain, and then while that is drying, we'll kind of finish up our makeup and stuff. I am mixing amber and praline right now. Oh, that's perfect too. All right, so this is a lip stain kit, and basically it's like a liner that stains your lips. You can use it on your entire lip too, totally up to you. I've only used the shade 6 so far, so I kind of want to look at some of the other shades in the 6-pack I got. This entire 6-pack is $9.99. So if you like the peel-off lip stain, but you're kind of like falling on a budget, I've used this twice now, and I've only used shade 6, but it has been just fine, and it looks good, and it peels fine. So today, let's try shade 3. That looks like a good one. And I'm just going to use it as a liner today. You do have to work kind of quick with these peel-off lip stains, because otherwise, like, once they start drying, if you keep, like, trying to go over them with the applicator, I feel like it kind of, like, peels up a little bit, you know what I mean? And then you're not going to get as, like, dark of a color. Like, you're going to get a little more patchy. And I find that with all these that I've tried, not just this specific brand. It goes on really dark, but it's not going to be this dark when we peel it. Don't worry. And if you do go over it with a second coat, make sure you pump it so that it's like a fresh wet coat, and that usually helps a little bit. Okay, we're gonna let that dry while we finish up. Here goes the nose. I need to wash this washcloth. Okay, that was shade 3. I have these linked. They do ship Prime, and like you said, $9.99. So kind of a really good deal. I don't buy like a ton of cheap makeup, but I do buy some just to try it out. I feel like with lipsticks, sometimes it's a little more, this is just my opinion, that I feel like, especially like gloss and stuff, I feel like I can get away with it just fine. When it comes to like foundations and stuff, I'm always a lot more leery of buying cheaper stuff. Not because there's anything wrong with it if that's what you want to use, but I find it usually tends to break me out and it doesn't like wear that well. So to me, it's like if I'm going to spend all this time like putting my makeup on and stuff, I kind of want it to look good. Okay, I'm just going over this to kind of soften it and lift the cheeks with the shade Apricot. These are both, everything on my cheeks is Ophir. And the quad deal is still going on, just so you guys know. Do not miss that. It's basically all 3 of the quadratics for $30. They are retiring, so if you want them, this is kind of your last chance to get them before they are gone forever. Which is sad. We've done a lot of like really fun looks, but the good thing is you got a really good deal on it, so I'm excited about that. Pros and cons. And for that, I have it up in the description, so if you forget, it is up there. But you have to use 2 codes. So the first code you're going to use is QUADSET, all one word. You're going to go to the bundles and then add the trio, the holiday trio. Use code QUADSET, and then after that, code GIFT, which will also apply to the rest of your cart. Any drugstore lipstick and liners you recommend that actually stay in place? I don't really know right now, but I did just buy a few on Ulta. I've been looking, I've mentioned this before, so probably repeat for a lot of you, but I've been wanting a brown lip liner. You guys notice probably I use eyeliner sometimes, but it's just not quite right. And it kind of gives me a little bit of like a mustache, you know what I mean? So I'm looking for like cooler toned lip liners, and specifically I want like a brown. That's what I'm really looking for right now. So I just ordered a bunch. And mostly I think they were the Ulta Beauty brand and another one. I do like the Ulta Beauty brand products, so that's one if you're going. But as far as like at Target, Walmart, I'm not sure. I feel like I have tried a couple, but I haven't tried like a ton. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times if I'm getting makeup, I'm just ordering it on like Ulta.com and seeing what ones they have. But yeah, I am going to be at the store this week, so maybe I will be able to get a few. No promises, because once I get there and I start shopping, there's a really good chance I'm going to be like, I'm over this, like, let's get our Christmas presents and get out of here, you know what I mean? Because we need all of our Santa stuff still. And so it'll probably just depend on how crazy it is. But if it's not too crazy, I will grab a few and we will try them out and test them. Can you get one? Just one quadratic? You can, and it's still on a really good sale, but it's $15, not $10. So the only way to get them for 3 for $30 and get the $10 a piece is to do the trio, since that has that extra discount. But they are still on a really good sale, just the quadratic. They are $15 for just the one. And I want to say regular price on those was like $42 or $48, but I'm totally going off memory here, so do not quote me to that. Red Aspen has really nice cocoa and espresso lip liners. Let me know if you'd like more information. Oh, okay, sounds good. Thank you, Ronnie. I have seen people use the Red Aspen ones, and I've also heard great things about the Red Aspen setting powder. And it's a pain because they're locking all the cases. Dang it, I forgot what we were talking about, Robin. Oh, when you go shopping? I know! Robin, I hate that. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, I almost don't even want to go in there. Which I get, like, obviously, you know, if the crime's that bad or whatever, but it's also like, this is kind of ridiculous. Like, maybe have, you know, a huge section locked, and then when someone says, hey, can I get in here? You just unlock the whole thing. So, like, when I told you guys this, so again, another repeat story for a lot of you, but when I was getting fake nails, every individual nail was locked up. And so I had to literally have an employee stand there and be like, can I get this one? Can I get this one? And I'm like, and I'm sure she has better things to do than stand there with me. But then I felt like kind of rushed because I felt like I had to like kind of pick them out before she got there. And then I was like, which ones did I want? You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I don't know. It's just like, there's got to be a better system. The section is tiny. And you have to pay back there. So I'm like, couldn't they just put like a beeper system? You know, have your one employee, your security employee or whatever, that's your cashier back there. But then couldn't they just like leave everything open in that small area, since you have to pay for makeup back there? You can't even take it out and take it up to the register. So it seems like they could just put like everything unlocked, but put like a beeper and have, you know, the employee babysitting you the whole time. I don't know. I'm just like, this is not an ideal shopping situation for me. Because I'd like to be able to, like, look at it. Maybe, you know, open it, feel it, something. But you can't really do that when someone has to stand there and babysit you the whole time. Okay. I definitely need a second coat of mascara. And I also definitely just messed my eyebrow up. I use Red Aspen setting powder all over my lipstick and then apply gloss. It lasts all day. Ooh, that's a good idea. Okay, we're going to peel this off. This was shade 3 in the 6-pack that I got. Our local Ulta has people walking out without paying, and store policy is to let them walk out. The employees can't confront them. So that must be like a state law, actually, because that's everywhere. And I think what it is like, you know, employee safety should always be your number one priority, period. But there's also some kind of odd laws, and I don't get it. So it's basically like, even if someone's stealing and they're like very obviously stealing, you can't stop them until they actually steal it, like until they leave the store. And I saw that at Sears all the time, and like no one is really supposed to confront them other than loss prevention. And like you can confront them in the way of being like, you know, can I help you find anything? Do you need to register? Blah, blah, blah. Like they want you to do that kind of stuff, which I was kind of like, I don't get paid enough to follow a criminal around the store, but I didn't actually have that attitude, but I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. Like, that's just like loss prevention thing. Like, sure, I'll be like, you know, can I help you? Because I say that to everyone. But I was like, no, I don't think we're gonna, this young girl isn't gonna follow around a guy stealing stuff. But anyways, you're supposed to like pester them in kind of like customer service type ways. And then you can't actually stop them until they have physically stolen the item. So, like, they are leaving the property with the stolen items or something. There was, like, kind of a weird law about it because loss prevention would then, like, catch them outside and then bring them back in. It was kind of funny. But obviously in Ulta, I feel like it's like primarily like girls working there. And so, I don't know. I'm sure they still have loss prevention who can definitely stop people and like bring them back in. You know what I mean? Because especially if there was like a mega Ulta or something like that. But if it's just like a little one, maybe they just factor in those losses every year. You know what I mean? Do an insurance something or other. I don't know. But yeah, very odd. Okay, this one is almost empty. So I'm kind of trying to use it up, but I have to spray a bunch to get it to come out. I'm telling you that so that you don't think you have to hold down. Okay, that's not coming out at all. So, I mean, it is like a tiny bit, but not enough. You need 3 seconds, so that's all you need. This is the L'Oreal setting spray I'm obsessed with. I do have it linked up in the description under setting spray. This one is Ophir's Everset, and I have this one that you can get under Ophir if you want. Don't feel like you have to order anything, but just so you guys know what I'm using or if anyone asks. I really want a lip gloss, and then I think we are done. This isn't really gonna, I kind of want to use this one, but it's not really gonna go with that, you know what I mean? I feel like I should use one that's lighter than this lip stain, but I don't really want to. I'm just gonna go with, every time I've used this, I haven't really loved the color on me. I love the color in general. I love the smell. I love the feel of it. I don't know. I think I'm just maybe not cut out for orange lipstick. Which is kind of crazy because I love like gold eyeshadow and like gold illuminator and stuff. Anyway, I'll just wipe it off if I get too tired of it. Let them go. It's not worth getting hurt, or worse, you never know if the person has a weapon. Exactly. And so technically, like, obviously some stores we hear about are awful and they clearly don't care about their employees at all, but hypothetically, employees, like even over customers, should always be like the number one priority of the store. Like your employee safety should always be like your number one goal or like priority, you know what I mean? And so it's like when it comes between like merchandise and your employee, it shouldn't even be a question. But yeah, obviously, like I said, there's some businesses that don't do that, but technically in like good business practice would be your employees are your number one. Your employee safety is your number one priority at all times, even over customer service, over product quality, like absolutely everything. Okay, we're done. This will fall a little bit. That is the old Trois Chic, so it's like a really intense hairspray, you guys know. Okay, good enough. Lip color is pretty with your shirt and makeup today. Thanks, Robin. Thank you, Marla. I have darker lip tone naturally. Ooh, lucky. I love a dark lip. Yeah, I don't love the orange, but it's kind of fun. The thing is, like, I don't not like it, but I'm just, like, I don't feel like it's very complimentary to, like, my skin tone is probably what it is. Because I love the color, and, like, when it was in the packaging, I'm, like, so excited for it, but then every time I put it on, I'm like, I don't know. Kind of fun, but anyways, I gotta go put my jewelry on still, and I have to leave in, like, 5 minutes, so I hope you girls have the most amazing day. I might see you tomorrow, because I am gonna be getting ready, but you guys know the drill. You'll for sure see me Monday through Thursday. Not Christmas Day, obviously, but no matter what. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Bye, guys.